Hi, this is my third video in the series helping navigate the finance formulas on the General Maths formula sheet. So this video, I'm taking a look at a more complex annuity question. So let's see what we've got. We've got a loan of $300,000 is taken out over 20 years with an interest rate of 3.8% per annum compounded monthly. If after 3 years the rate changes to 4.5% per annum, what effect will this have on the repayment if the loan is still to be paid off in the same time period? Okay, so notice that we're not told what the original repayment is. So our first thing that we need to do is actually to work out what the original repayment is, and then we'll see how we're going to go about answering what they've asked. So to start with, I'm going to do another timeline to represent the annuity. And initially the bank has given us that loan of $300,000. So that's where our big lump sum of money is sitting. Okay, so now we want to work out which formula we're using. So remember that we need to bring all these monthly payments are coming back in time. They have to be equivalent to this $300,000 back at this point in time. So from our annuity formula sheet, the formula we use when we're bringing all the monthly repayments back to the beginning is the one with the negative n in it. Okay, so let's put everything in. Our A is the 300,000. The M's what we need to find. Our interest rate, remember we have to put that in decimal form and divide by the number of compounding periods. So we need to turn it into monthly interest. And then our N is the 240. Okay, so now we can pop all of that in the calculator just to simplify our equation. And that would give us 167.92789 ... We're going to hold the full value of that in our calculator when we do the next step. So to find our M, we're just going to divide that over. So I'll turn it around. I'm going to put M is equal to the 300,000 divided by that 167.2789, and that gives us a value of 1,786.48. So when this loan was originally taken out, when the interest rate was 3.8%, the bank would have calculated that to have it paid off in 20 years, that would be the repayment that was required every month. So now if the interest rate goes up, then that's not going to be enough to pay off the loan. So what we need to do is actually focus in now. We're going to do a new timeline because we need to examine where's the state of the loan at that 3-year mark. So let's have a look at what the new timeline is going to look like, where I'm just focusing up to the 3 years now. So we've been making that monthly repayment every month, but I'm just going to write the M there for now to save a bit of space. But what we do know is that M is equal to the 1,786.48. Now, what we need to know is what is the balance of the loan at this point in time. So to work that out, we want to find, first of all, what is the value of this 300,000, we need to move it with our compound interest formula up to this point in time. Now I'm going to call that A1. And then, secondly, we need to find what all these monthly repayments are worth at that point in time. So they're going to go forward in time this now, and I'll call that A2. So then to find the balance of the loan is going to be the difference between what that 300,000 is worth here, in other words the A1, and all the repayments that we've made, which is the A2. So first of all, let's have a look. As I said, A1, we're just taking this 300,000 forward in time with the compound interest formula. So I can say A1 is equal to 300,000 1 plus 0.038 over 12 to the 36. So basically, probably should have written the formula first, just the compound interest formula that is on your sheet, like that. Now, if we calculate that, we get A1 is equal to $336,165.08. Okay, now we need to find what the value of all these M's, the monthly repayments that we've made so far, what is their value at that point in time? So remember, this time when our M's are coming forward in time, that's when we're using the formula, the annuity formula with the positive N. So we can say that A2 is equal to, so popping everything in there, the M, remember, is 1786.48. All we've got to do is put that straight into the calculator, and that gives us $68,008.63. So now the balance of the loan, the A1 minus the A2. And that comes to $268,156.45. So now what we need to do is basically start a fresh annuity, now treating it from that point in time to the end of the 20 years with this as our starting amount. Okay, so this time we've got our timeline starting here. Now our new N, originally we had 240 months, but we've already used up 36 of those months, so that gives us 204 months remaining. So that's where we need to go up to here. Now this time we're making a new monthly repayment. So I'll call it N just to distinguish between that and the other M value. But now our new balance at the beginning is now that balance of the loan at that point in time. We've also got a new interest rate. Remember, it's changed to 4.5% per annum compounded monthly. So what we'll be putting in for our I will be 0.045 over 12. Now, once again, it's basically the same situation that we had to start with when we worked out our first M. We're bringing all these M's back in time. So I think you're getting the idea now that when they're coming back in time, it's the formula with the negative N. Putting everything in. Once again, I'll just calculate that to simplify it first. we'll get 142.3999, etc. So rearranging, we'll have 26815.6.45 over 142.3999. It's going to be our N. So for N is going to equal $1,883.12. So now to actually answer the original question, so just remember what they asked was, what effect will this have on the repayment if the loan is still to be paid off in the same time period? So originally our repayment was that $1,786.48. It's now increased to this, so we can see that it's gone up, and we can calculate that. So just summing up the answer, so it's not a huge increase, but it still makes a difference. It's $96.64. So if you take a note of the strategy that we've used here, where when the time that something changed, that 3-year mark, when the interest rate changed, we had to stop there, evaluate how the loan was going, what was the balance, and then look at the new situation. So basically you're going to do that anytime something changes over that time. Like if the repayment changed for some other reason, they just wanted to put more into the loan, it would make the loan be paid off quicker. So you'd have to, when that change occurred, look at the situation there and then start a new annuity to calculate what you need to know. I hope you found that helpful.